Welcome back to I'm turning my hobby into a small business and I don't know what I'm doing, so we're going to figure it out together with Caitlin. I'm glad you're here. Today we are talking about what I've already done and what I think I still need to do because I'm not starting from square one with this. I've already done some of the work. Also, if you see me looking down, it's because I have literally 7 pages of notes on my iPad. Um, but the first thing I asked myself was, how do I want to run my business? How do I want to have this set up? What kinds of products do I want to offer? And I determined that I want to sell finished products, specifically wearable items like this sweater that I'm wearing, cardigans, tank tops, but also small, like, home good type items like washcloths and coffee cup covers and things like that as well. I don't like making stuffed animals. I don't like bigger projects like blankets. Blankets are a maybe for me, but I think selling those finished products are something that I really want to focus on. That's why I love crocheting. I know it's not the most time effective and cost effective in terms of actually making money, but that's something that keeps me inspired to keep going. I also want to actually start writing down my patterns and making them nice and pretty and nice and neat to sell them. Ah, we're falling! My camera just fell. It's fine. Making my patterns that I have made more aesthetically pleasing and sell those on a platform like Etsy, potentially linking them to something like Shopify as well, to get some income that way. And then tutorials on here for some of those patterns that are a little bit easier. Beginner tips and tricks for those that are learning how to crochet, and whatever I make in a tutorial. So for example, if I make a cup cover tutorial, the cup cover that I make in that tutorial is then going to be posted on my shop as a finished product to sell, if that makes sense, because if I'm making it anyways, might as well post it to sell it. So that is how I want to run my business. My tripod hates me. Once I have figured out how I want my business to run, how I want to make my money, this was already done before I answered that question, but you're going to choose a brand name and set up some social media. So my brand name is Create with Caitlin. Nice and simple, nice and easy. I do have an Instagram, a TikTok this year, and I am eventually going to set up a Pinterest as well as a way to start gaining a following. And some of those things. I think I'm hovering right around 660-ish followers on TikTok, only 120 something on Instagram. So it's very slow growing for me, but that's just because I don't post consistently. That's a goal that I have for myself for this year. And then, of course, creating our shops. So I do already have an Etsy. It is Create with Caitlin US. Wow, crazy. There are some things already listed there, but I do eventually want to make a personal website with a Shopify and a domain as well. So those are our first steps. How do we want to run our business? Finished products, patterns, and YouTube tutorials. Brand name, Create with Caitlin. Social media is all set up with all Create with Caitlin, Instagram, etc. And then Etsy shop has been created. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep going. I'm gonna show you what some of those things look like in the next few videos, maybe do a deep dive into what my Instagram looks like, do some scrolling on there, what videos I think are performing well on TikTok, getting ideas for what to post on those platforms. Please let me know if you have any ideas, because that's where I really struggle. If I'm not actively making something, I just won't post. So I need to be more consistent with posting. So please, 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 please hold me accountable for that. What kinds of patterns do you want to see? What kinds of tutorials do you want to see? We'll look at my Etsy and what's okay about it and what could be better as I'm kind of revamping and figuring out how I want things to work on it. And we're gonna keep going. So thank you for being here. If you are someone who has been looking for a place to learn and grow and be a little bit messy together, and you want to be with somebody from the beginning of their journey and see how amazing they do, then you should absolutely subscribe and follow along. Go check out the Etsy, go check out my TikTok, and all of those lovely things. They'll be linked down below as well. So you can be along on this journey with me, because I would love to have you and love to build that community with you. So thank you for being here. See you in the next one.